Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cover the Spread for Saturday, November 8th, 2025. Hey, if you're new to Cover the Spread, welcome aboard. Glad you're joining us here on College Football Saturday. Subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Greatly appreciated. And hey, as I said, it's College Football Saturday, so we got 3 on the college football slate for you. 3 good games. Looking forward to these 3 games we covered. Definitely, we've had a good chin wag, as they say, we behind the scenes discussing these games. Should be some good ones. Looking forward to Saturday's action. So, hey, let's get to the guys. See how they're doing. See if they're excited as I am. I don't know where to Vegas, Al. How are you, buddy?
Pretty good. Saturday college football. It's finally here. Just ready to break it down.
Yep, excited. Should be some good action as well. So head on over to Ninos. How are you doing here today, buddy?
Yeah, doing good. Putting the NBA on break again. It's a college football Saturday. We always gonna put that front row, right? And obviously we got more than enough games to choose from. So 3 big games that we picked out for you, and definitely looking forward to these ones. Should be good ones to watch as well.
All right, should be some great football action here. So let's get to it. First game we got on the slate, we got the Oregon Ducks heading into Iowa to take on the Hawkeyes. In this one, we're looking at where this was. This opened 7.5. It's come down. Some money's coming in on the Hawkeyes here at home. Good reason. This Hawkeyes squad got a solid defensive core. You see what they've been doing all season long, slowing up the rush. And we know that's what Oregon likes to do. So we'll see. This is defense on defense, because both defenses here absolutely lights out. Iowa holding teams 2.6 yards per rush, while the Oregon Ducks holding teams to 3.3 yards per rush. Both secondaries on these teams pretty good. Iowa holding teams to about 150 yards passing. Ducks holding teams to about 124 yards passing. Completion-wise, hey, Ducks holding teams to about 50% completions. Iowa a little higher at about 54%. But this is going to come right down. For me, this is coming down to who dominates in the trenches. And I think the way I look at it, I think both teams can get their points offensively, as they're averaging, Ducks are averaging 40 points a game. Iowa averaging 30 points a game in their home games, averaging 32 points a game, even in home conference games, 27 points a game for this Iowa squad. All it takes. This total's gone way too far down. It's down at 40.5 here in this one now. So I'm looking at people looking at the weather. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be a rainy day. It looks like here in Iowa for this game. A little windy. Maybe gusted to about 9-10 miles an hour. Nothing too crazy. Both these teams offensively going to try to induce their ground game. Ducks going to. They're going to try to pound the rock at Iowa. Success? I don't know. Success to the tune of 20 points? Definitely, because you know they scored 21 against Wisconsin, a defense that's similar here to this Iowa defense as well. So do I see Iowa getting 20? Yes, because I think the Ducks can give up that many points as well here in this one. So I got both teams when I've capped it at least getting to 20. And where this total is now, that gets us to the over. Iowa as well. When totals have been below 42 or less, they're 12-2 to the over. So give me the over here in this one. I think the totals dropped too low. Hey, head on over to Vegas, Al. What do you got in this one? Ducks or Iowa?
I got to take a shot here on the money line with Iowa, plus 200 at home. Bet on Kirk Ferentz here in home games in the money line, on the money line, coming off a 21-point blowout or more. With his time at Iowa, he's 14-0 after a blowout win like that. What they had after Minnesota last week, 41-3. That was an impressive showing. And some common opponents that these two teams have faced. Oregon faced Wisconsin there at home, 21-7 in Alton Stadium. I was expecting a lot more out of them. And you look earlier this year, Iowa took care of them 37-0 on the road there at Wisconsin. That's a little bit telling to me. Wisconsin has struggled this year. So, take that, I guess, a little bit with a grain of salt, but that's something to look at. And there was another common opponent as well. Dude, I hate to do this to you guys. All right, I'm going to take a shot here on the money line with Iowa. Plus 200 is the price I got it at here. This spread is dropping now to 6, I'm seeing. But I think Iowa's a live dog here. At the end of the day, two defenses between Oregon and Iowa that are going to have a little bit of a showcase. That's why this total is as low as it is. I think Gronkowski's just as good as Dante Moore here from the quarterback position. I like what he's done this year. An FCS transfer from South Dakota State. He's shown some mobility as well. Some common opponents these two teams have played. Wisconsin, not the greatest this year, but Iowa took care of Wisconsin this year in Wisconsin, 37-0. And then you go look at what Oregon did in Alton Stadium recently, last week, 21-7 at home against Wisconsin. I don't know. Wisconsin might be a little bit better than what they were back then, but that's a big telltale sign to me. And then obviously Indiana game, I thought Iowa played a lot tougher against Indiana, only losing that game 20-15. I think there's enough weapons on offense from the Iowa side. I think, like I said, Gronkowski can play a well enough game, manage this game, limit the turnovers. And then the big stat here, Kirk Ferentz is 14-0 on the money line the next week after a 21-point or more blowout. 14 times that's occurred here in Iowa. He's won all of them, 14-0. I think Iowa's a live dog here. We'll take a shot on him, plus 200.
Hey, heading on over to Ninos. What do you like here in this college football battle?
Yeah, you mentioned that spread dropping. Rodd was talking about the total dropping, and well, so is this first half total here. I'm seeing it at 20.5, heavily juiced to the under. So definitely expecting some 20s to pop up soon. And even just asking for 3 touchdowns here in the first half, I'm expecting at least 3 touchdowns here. But obviously, getting that extra insurance there with a push on the 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals would not be a terrible idea either. So I'd be patient on this one. See if you, as soon as you get a 20, though, I would fire. If you got the 20 there, I'll go over in the first half with in this one.
Hey, that wraps up our first game on the college football Saturday slate. Let's head on over to game number 2, where we got the Texas A&M Aggies heading in to take on Missouri. You look at this game tonight, Texas A&M opened up 6.5-point favorite. I see 7s in most places. This total coming down a little bit, went for 49.5, down to 48.5. I think you even see some 47s in this one. This is Ninos' game. He's going to get us going here in this matchup.
Yeah,
we'll head
so
over to Ninos for this one. So, hey, get us going. Who do you like in this matchup?
Yeah, interesting time for the dog to start barking there. As I still think Texas A&M is the right side here. You did mention that line moving, though. My original look for this game, when I originally sent this play out to these guys, was Texas A&M minus the 3 in the first half. Now that line has moved as well. It's 3.5 and juice now in that first half, which, again, I expect Texas A&M to win this one comfortably here with Missouri having to go with their third-string QB there after a couple injuries. But I'll look at this total here, which still seems a little low here. Obviously, they've taken those injuries into account. But Texas A&M still coming in here 6-2 to the over. Missouri 5-3 to the over. Still now they have been trending a little bit. They have been involved in some lower scoring games recently. Have the Tigers, but again, I just think this number is just low enough for me. I think it's just a little bit too low, honestly. So I think this one gets well over this number. And again, as far as the side's concerned, I like Texas A&M to win this one comfortably. I just think the better number here is the over.
We'll head on over to Vegas. Al, what do you like here in this matchup?
Going to go to a touchdown prop. Marcel Reed's top target here, KC Concepcion. 36 catches, 545 yards this year. Leads the team in touchdowns, 7 already. I think we can find him in the end zone here, plus 120. A little bit of some plus money there with Marcel Reed's top target. I'll take that. So KC Concepcion, touchdown, plus 120.
And for me here in this one, yeah, I know we did hear a little bit of dogs barking, but this dog is definitely not a barking. I'm telling you, this matchup between these two teams, Missouri running on third-string QB, man, I don't know, maybe you should try Locke. He's at least the cousin of Drew Locke and might have a better shot here in this one, I'm telling you. This Mizzou squad is in deep trouble. This Texas A&M squad is for real. There's a reason they're 8-0. They're definitely going to bring it here. I know their defense might try to keep Mizzou in a little bit, but this Texas A&M defense for real as well going to slow things up in this matchup. But for me, what can this Texas A&M offense do? They could pin probably at least 40 here on the Missouri Tigers. So, hey, that's good for Allen as the bulk of the heavy lifting, as they say. But I'm going to take them here in the first half. I think it comes early and often. It's just even at 3.5. I don't care. I'm going to try to find an extendo. I think they have a touchdown plus lead here in the first half with the Tigers. I think Texas A&M even they just went out on the road, proving that they don't care home away. They can play some football. And this Missouri squad is going the other direction. They had a good start to the season, but I think injuries are starting to catch up. Your QB injuries start to catch up. And against the Aggies squad, that's much better. Yeah, give me the Aggies here in the first half, lay the 3.5. Even lay 4, 5, 6. Stand down.
I like it.
Hey, that wraps up the game 2. We got a slate. Let's head on over to the final one on the card we got rolling here today. And we got Wake Forest heading in to take on Virginia. This game, 6.5. I see Virginia still 6.5. Total 48.5. Pretty much almost the same. And over to Vegas. What do you like here?
Got to go to my cash cow, man. We backed them earlier this year, kind of their coming out party against Florida State. We took that on the money line. I'm going to lay the -6.5 here with Virginia. I think we have a quarterback advantage here with Chandler Morris. We don't know what we're going to see really on the Wake Forest side. Is it going to be Deshaun Purdy? Is it going to be this Robbie Ashford? They kind of been rotating. Ashford was hurt a little bit as well. This defense for Wake Forest isn't bad. They did stick SMU was a 13-12 game, and earlier this year the opening game as well. It was against Kennesaw State, but that was a 10-9 slobber knocker. So, Wake Forest is going to try to lean on the defense here. I just don't think they can meet up and go pace for pace with UVA offensively. This is an 8-1 team, atop of the ACC. Their destiny's in their hands. They just went out. They'll be there in the ACC Conference Championship game. I think UVA handles business here. We'll take the -6.5 with the Virginia Cavaliers.
Heading on over to Ninos. What do you like here in this matchup?
Yeah, I like Virginia too. I was trying to find a look on the total here to give someone a different look, but I think it's a pretty fair number. Both teams coming in at 500 there on their total. So I'll just back Virginia to start this beating early. Now, again, laying a little bit more than I would like. Again, all these games that we looked at, very similar numbers here. But laying just over that field goal in the first half, I think they can come out and cover that for us. So, again, coming in 8-1 the season, 5-3 is Wake Forest there. Home, they're 5-0. So, yeah, I think they get the job done at home again here. Just get the beating started early, as I said.
Right, give me the beating starting early. I think we see some points early and often, and I'm with you. I think Virginia does more of the bulk of the heavy lifting. First half, I see 24.5 here in this one. First half wise, you look at Virginia's been doing scoring wise in first halves of all their games this season. They've been averaging about 21 points in their home games, 25 points. So they score 25 points again in their first half alone. They get over this first half on their own. Without even needing Wake Forest to get a point. But, hey, I think they can chip in at least a couple points here in this first half to get us up and over the 24.5 first half, Wake Forest and Virginia here on Saturday. Hey, thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate everybody that joins us here on Cover the Spread. Let's have a great Saturday. Let us know in the comment section below what you think of the 3 games we covered here today. Or, hey, let us know your favorite play in the comment section below. Let's do a quick little recap before we head on out. First game we looked at, we got the Oregon Ducks taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes. I say take the over. This total's gotten way too low in this matchup. Next game we got Texas A&M taking on Missouri. Al says, hey, plenty of offense here in this one to get us up and over the total. Take the over in that one. And then we got Wake Forest taking on Virginia. Vegas Al's game, he says, lay it here with Virginia in this one. Hey, thanks, everybody. Have yourself a wonderful Saturday. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for Sunday. NFL Sunday. We'll have lots of action for you there as well. So, hey, let's continue on in the weekend stuff. Smash it. Do what we always do, and that is
cover the spread.
Cover the spread.
Cover the spread.